Hey there race fans, welcome to race number 2 of the Pro GT Supersport Championship. Yes, we are at Lago Magiore in Italy. But now, let's have a look at the team leaderboards and where they're going to be starting for this week. Because teams are going to be starting in team order according to accumulated points. So, without further ado, let's jump into this. Chevrolet has 36 points in total. And that means they'll start in row 9. Dan Zelos with 20 points, Nick Halstead with 16. Team Dodge has 24 points, and that means they will start in row number 6. Bobby Thompson with 15 points, Adam Morgan with 9. Team Ferrari has 15 points combined, and that means they'll start in row number 4. Charles Rainsford with 11 points, Aidan Moffat with 4. Actually, those two drivers are switched. Shelby Ford with 16 points. Dan Camish with 4 points. Daniel Rowbottom with 12. They'll start from row number 5. Jaguar with 27 points will start in row number 7. Max Hall with 14 points. Nick Hamilton with 13. Team Maserati has 37 points. That's me and Matt. Matt Mutley has 18 points. I've got 19. We'll start from row number 10. Team Mitsubishi has 10 points combined, and that means they'll start from row number 2. Rob Huff with 2 points, Turkington with 8. Team Nissan has 12 points, and that leaves them starting from row number 3. Tom Chilton with 7 points so far, Chris Miley with 5. Then Team Porsche with 27 points. They'll start from row number 8 on the grid. Jake Hill with 17 points thus far, and Daryl DeLeon with 10. And finally, Toyota has 7 points, and that leaves them on row number 1. Gordon Shedden with 1 point, Aaron Tyler Smith with 6, and that is the end of it. So let's get on to the race and get this race on the way. And here we are for the start of race number 2, Lake Maggiore in Italy. And away we go, the two Toyotas up front, but look at those two Mitsubishis, the all-wheel drive systems pulling those cars right up into the lead. It's Colin Turkington in second, Colin Turkington in first, Rob Huff second, and it's a battle for second place. Aaron Tyler Smith trying to get the Toyota Supra back into P2, really having a good fight with Rob Huff, with those two Mitsubishis absolutely lighting off the start line. You can see Gordon Shedden there trying to get on the power and sliding the tail end of the... Whoa, there he goes again, sliding the tail of the Crown athlete. Aaron Tyler Smith into second position. And he's got the Mitsubishi. Let's see if he can close the gap on Colin Turkington and get the Supra back into P1. Shedden has got past Rob Huff as well, so he's moved back on through. The two Toyotas now 1 position each behind where they started the race. So Aaron Tyler Smith in second in the Supra, Gordon Shedden in third in the Crown Athlete. It looks like the Mitsubishi is losing ground. Rob Huff all the way down to P6 at the moment with the Ferrari of Aidan Moffat flying in behind Gordon Shedden's Crown Athlete Toyota as they come over the crest down into the dip and hard on the brakes into the right hand corner. You can see that Ferrari edging its way closer and closer. Oh, we got a Ford Mustang in the sand back there. I'm not sure which one that is. It may have been the Ford Mustang, which was Daniel Rowbottom, I'm presuming, but it was a little bit too far back for me to be completely certain about that. But nonetheless, it is Colin Turkington still leading the race in the Mitsubishi Evo 9 with Aaron Tyler Smith's Toyota Supra right behind him. We are focused on Gordon Shedden at the moment because he's got Aidan Moffat in the rear view mirror and closing in really quickly with that Ferrari. Having looked down the inside here, will he be able to get past? The Toyota does seem to be rather tail happy through the bends, but keeps it out in front. Closing in on Aaron Tyler Smith, in fact, with the Crown Athletes trying to catch up to his teammate in the Supra. But oh, a bit of a braking error there by Gordon Shedden, and he swings it out wide as well. Aidan Moffat through with the Ferrari into P3. Well, Gordon Shannon is not going to be happy with his performance there, and hopefully that is not going to have him with the red mist descended on his mindset, and that will definitely hurt him in the long run if he can't get his head straight. But Rowbottom in 6th in the Mustang, so I think it might have been the other Mustang that went off the track. But Tom Chilton in the Calsonic Nissan 350Z is now trying to catch up and get into P4, chasing Shedden. Let's see if he can do that. This is a mighty car. That is an absolute beast. This little short wheelbase 350Z. And we'll see if he can make any ground up on Gordon Shedden. But he has got a Ford Mustang on his tail now in the form of Daniel Rowbottom. Colin Turkington, though, leading the race with the Mitsubishi Evo 9, has set the quickest lap of the race at 2:21.046. So he has got that bonus point so far. Whether he can keep it for the rest of the race is another story. It is a long race, 25 minutes, and we're already 4 minutes in. But it has been quite action-packed so far, as we see Aidan Moffat attack in the back end of Aaron Tyler Smith's Supra. The Ferrari looking formidable already, so hopefully Colin Turkington can keep everybody in the rear view mirror. Mitsubishi needing a better climb up in the point situation. They had to start up in P2 and 3 because their collective score was the lowest, or second lowest, but seeming to hold off the other guys at the moment. Aaron Tyler Smith in the Supra and Aidan Moffat in the Supra. So that, oh wow, a bit of action there, a bit of bump and grind going on between Aidan Moffat and Aaron Tyler Smith. The Ferrari down the outside. Aaron Tyler Smith shuts him down. The Crown Athlete Toyota still in position number 4 with the Ford Mustang behind him. But at the moment, we've got a very, very tough battle going on between Aidan Moffat in the Ferrari and Aaron Tyler Smith in the Toyota. Tyler Smith in second. Here they come into the next bend, taking their braking points really carefully so they can get that power down as early as possible. Up the hill they go. No changes as yet. Let's just move back and see Gordon Shedden and how he is managing to hold off the Mustang of Daniel Rowbottom. Daniel Rowbottom has actually set the quickest lap of the race. That is very, very good news for him, because it was one of the Fords that had the quickest lap of the race for our previous race. And whoa, front wheels off the ground, wheeling that Mustang over the hill, over the crest, and he gets Gordon Shedden. The Crown Athlete drops one position further back, and now he's going to have to contend with the XJ220 Jaguar of Nick Hamilton, right up his trumpets at the moment. So it looks like the Crown Athlete is dropping down in the places. Gordon Shedden having a little bit of trouble with the handling of the car in the corners. Seems to have too much force or too much torque on those back wheels as he comes out. You can see him really struggling with the car coming out of the turns, getting the power down. Lots of power, but it's not converting into speed. It's all sliding and skidding of those back wheels, and that seems to be losing in places. Daniel Rowbottom into fourth now with the Mustang. That's the Ford Mustang. Moffat still in third, trying to get past. Oh, he's into second now. He's gone down the inside, but will Tyler Smith get it back down the inside here on the next turn? No, he doesn't seem to be able to do it. Aidan Moffat in the Ferrari moves up into second, and now Turkington in that Evo 9 has got a big task on his hands, trying to keep that car out front with the big Ferrari in the rear view mirror. Aaron Tyler Smith still fighting hard in P3, trying to get that P2 position back from Aidan Moffat's in the Ferrari. Here they come down the straight. The little Mitsubishi really doing well out here. The Evo 9. The Evo 10 is somewhere way back. I'm not sure what's happened with him, but he seems to be struggling with that car at the moment. But Turkington not having that issue. He's out in front and holding off all the big names. Moffat stalking. Turkington defending. Doing a good job of it so far. It looks like there is a little bit of a gap gaining in between the Toyota and the Supra at the moment. But here comes that little screaming Mitsubishi on the brakes. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Aidan Moffat going down the inside, forcing Turkington into the sand with two wheels. And he gets the Ferrari through. The Mitsubishi has to relinquish the position, and he's down into second position. Aidan Moffat now leading the race in the Ferrari. And Rowbottom has gotten that Mustang ahead of... What? Is that Daryl DeLeon? It is. Daryl DeLeon out of nowhere with the Porsche 918 Spider has forced his way up into, or driven his way up into P4. He's got past the Toyota Supra. I'm not sure where he came from, but he did start quite far back in that car. So, oh, Rowbottom into the pits. Oh, the Crown Athlete as well. The Dodge, the two Chevys, everybody shooting into the pits. You can see that the tyres that they are putting on. You can see them switching over. Softs, mediums, hards, they're all going on different compounds on different cars. Now we've got the Porsche onto the back of Colin Turkington. So the Ferrari of Aidan Moffat in the pits. And now Daryl DeLeon taking advantage of the other cars going in. Aaron Tyler Smith stays out though as well with the Toyota Supra. You can see him there in third position. So it is a game of cat and mouse now as far as these pit stops occur. So some guys going in, some guys staying out, and we saw a big battle between the two Fords last time with the Shelby running behind the Ford and trying to gain the advantage through having an early pit stop and seeing if he can get ahead of his teammate when he goes in for the pits. And it just didn't work out for the Shelby driver because Rowbottom in the Ford Mustang ended up ahead of his teammate overall. But at the moment we're watching Daryl DeLeon trying to see if he can get away around Colin Turkington's Mitsubishi. Daniel Rowbottom still holding the quickest lap of the race at 2:16.634, laid down by the Ford Mustang GT. Here they come down the straight up to the turn, and DeLeon just not seeming to have what it takes at this point to get ahead of Turkington's Evo 9 Mitsubishi. He's definitely going to be going for it. He's right up at the back in that car at the moment, and he's taking a look down the inside. Will he get it? He forces him wide, but oh, Turkington wanted to go into the pits too, and they do end up both going in. Aaron Tyler Smith going in, Nick Hamilton going in, Tom Chilton flying into the pits as well, as does Bobby Thompson and Chris Smiley. Normsy going in too, that's me. Aidan Moffat already been in, and the Ferrari looks like he's going to be out in front in P1, but he's got the quickest man on the track behind him in that Ford Mustang. So let's see what happens here. Oh, we've got traffic now. The 918 Spider of Daryl DeLeon getting out of the pits in front of the Ferrari, blocking his way. Daniel Rowbottom also getting stuck there. And we've got Nick Halstead in P4 in the Chevy ZL1 Camaro or the ZL1 Camaro. You can see them both sliding those cars out, the big V8s and the American muscle cars coming into play there. Bearing in mind that each and every one of these cars is a road car that has been souped up specifically for this race. Moffat now in second. De Leon's got in front. We missed the pass while we were watching the other cars with the Porsche. 918 Spider gets ahead of Aidan Moffat's Ferrari. Oh, I apologize. He came out ahead as he came out of the pits. But Aidan Moffat not seeming to be able to keep up with the Porsche. The gap is getting bigger. But we'll see how that pans out over the course of the race. Here we see the Ferrari coming through. And there's the... Whoa! Daniel Rowbottom getting those front wheels off the ground again. But he's got Nick Halstead right up his trumpets at the moment with the ZL1 Camaro. Rowbottom still the quickest man on the track. Nobody has been able to trump that time. He's here to 2:16.634, the quickest time. And he's going to be chasing those top two to see if he can get that Mustang up into first position. The nice thing about this championship is if you're not doing too well and you're running at the back, you have got a teammate further up ahead that can bring the points up for the team and bring your start position together, because obviously, as we know, we have discussed that it is the team scores that determine where the teams start. So the teams with the lowest score for the championship start at the front of the grid, and the ones with the highest score start at the back, because theoretically the ones at the back should be quicker. So that is how we've tried to even out the competition here. But Moffat looking like he is gaining on De Leon. We'll stick with De Leon for a second while we watch the rear. See how the Ferrari is faring with trying to catch up. But those two cars absolutely lightning fast. They do seem to be leaving the others behind at this point. But all the cars in the same performance points level, all between 669 and 700. So only one performance point between the highest car and the lowest. So some cars extremely powerful and heavy, others lighter and less heavy, lighter and less powerful. But the lighter and less powerful cars obviously have a major advantage through the turns, while the more powerful cars, oh, like that one, the Ferrari, they have an absolutely powerful advantage on the long straights. And Daryl De Leon has got no other option but to drop back into second position. The Ferrari just too fast on that long straight. We move on to Daniel Rowbottom. He's still in position number 3, not able to, strangely enough, close the gap, although he's got a quickest lap, but consistently he's maybe not the quickest, because we've got the other two cars, Aidan Moffat and Daryl De Leon, the two cars in P1 and 2, as we watch him slide around the corner. The Ferrari and the Porsche up ahead in P1 and P2, able to make a gap on him, as he's now getting attacked by Nick Halstead from the rear. Nick Halstead being really patient with the ZL1. He's obviously looking for a position or a point where Daniel Rowbottom makes too big of an error. Oh, sliding out that back end. The Fords seem to be battling with traction, like you can see there, but their acceleration once they get the car in a straight line is absolutely immense. So Nick Halstead just battling to get his car around and get to use its strength to his advantage. but he's really close on the muddy. There I am in the Maserati Gran Turismo S. Now I'm going to see if I can make a dent in the front four with the Maserati. Row bottom still solidly in third position. Halstead trying to pick him off, but just can't get the job done at the moment. And the Maserati, let's see if I can make some headway here. Taking it very wide, 2 tyres on the grass. And I've got Halstead right on the tail of Daniel Rowbottom, maybe taking that a little bit wide, but getting the undercut. Rowbottom spins the back out, and that should give me an advantage. But the straight line speed of the Ford giving me a bit of a headache. But there I go into P3. P3 for me at the moment in the Maserati Gran Turismo S. And Halstead gets the Chevy past Rowbottom, eventually making a mistake with the Ford Mustang, getting that tail end spun out, and Nick Halstead takes the inside, gets the Chevy in, but a little bit of a bittersweet moment for him as he's going into the pits. So, I take the lead because the Ferrari has run in to pit lane as well. Daryl De Leon now chasing me with the Porsche 918 Spider. And now the pressure is on. Let's see if I can hold off the big guns. 918 Spider of Daryl De Leon. And still, Daniel Rowbottom's 216.634 stands. No one has been able to trump that yet. But here comes De Leon. Oh, a bit of argy-bargy going on there. Forces me a little bit wide. I'm going to take the safer line and try not to get into the side of the Porsche. Daryl De Leon goes through into P1. Drops me into P2 with the Maserati. But learning how this Maserati handles the track at the moment, using the hards, and able to get the power down nice and early, and back into P1. De Leon back into P2. Hamilton chasing in P3 with the HSBC Jaguar XJ220. The Maserati, although I was struggling with it in the beginning, it was quite a difficult car to get a handle on, but once you have, it is a very good piece of equipment. As you can see, running in P1, that is a good place to be, but I have a Porsche 918 Spider looking for that P1 position again, tucking in behind me and getting the slipstream going. Let's see if he'll have a look. Nope, just not in the right position to challenge for P1, but I'm sure that'll happen at some stage. When the pressure is on me, I don't tend to handle it very well, so just need to try to keep a cool head when I've got a bunch of headlights in the rear view mirror. As you can see, Daryl De Leon better through those sections than me, closing that gap again. The 918 Spider really close to the back of the Maserati. Takes a wider line. He's attacking down the left-hand side again. And here we go. Only a couple of minutes to go in this race. So if I can hold it out there, I will be able to get a win. The car's definitely capable. It's with the driver is capable. That's the main question. Will I be able to do it? Nice tight turn through the apex. Up the hill. Around the corner. Looking like I am making a little bit of a gap on Daryl De Leon at that section of the track. Not sure that line was right. As you can see, the Porsche is now right on the back of me again. So there are sections of the track where I really am not very quick in comparison, but that is... Oh, De Leon goes into the pits. The Porsche in the pits. That leaves me in P1. And who will come out in second? It looks like it's going to be Halstead. Let's have a look. Yes, it's Halstead in the ZL1 Camaro in second. I'm leading the race, so I'm going to stick with me and see how things go. The car really great under power. Here we go. Just have to keep it clean. Not get on the throttle too heavily. When I come out of the bends, and that will make all the difference. Looking good so far. You can see a bit of damage on the front of the car. So, oh, spun the back out. Getting the back end lit up, and here comes Halstead. Halstead into first position. The race is actually over at the moment. The first one to cross the line is going to win, and it looks like that is going to be Halstead after that horrendous mistake. Just putting their foot down a little bit too hard, a little bit too early, and De Leon gets past as well, dropping me into P3. Position number 3 after leading the race with a decent lead as well. Just a silly mistake on the power, unnecessary heavy-footedness. And now I'm down into P3. It's still a podium if I can keep it in this position. I'm going to try to fight with De Leon, see if I can get the Maserati ahead. At the moment, it is the Maserati in... Oh, off the track again. Bit of a bump there from De Leon as well as he tries to force his way past. Another hairy moment. In fact, I think Daryl De Leon saved me from spinning the car out completely there. He clipped me on the right hand side and kept the nose straight. So now I'm on the back end. Halstead has finished the race. Halstead wins the race. Daryl De Leon in second. Oh wait, gosh, gone around the inside. Woo. Second place for me. Third for De Leon. Fourth for Moffat. Fifth for Morgan. Daniel Rowbottom 6th, Dan Zelos in 7th, Nick Hamilton in 8th, Bobby Thompson 9th, Charles Rainford 10th, Max Hall in 11th, Jake Hill 12th, Chris Smiley 13th, Colin Turkington 14th, Aaron Tyler Smith 15th, Tom Chilton 16th, Gordon Shedden 17th, and then Matt Muttley in 18th, and Dan Camish finishing up in the Shelby in P20. Man, what a silly mistake. That race was clearly mine to win, and it just got overzealous on the accelerator. through one of the bends and got the tail end sliding out, and I couldn't recover. Straight into the wall, and very, very nearly only got third place to really fight down that start-finish straight to beat Daryl de Leon. But the man with the quickest lap of the race is Daniel Rowbottom, who finished in position number 6 in the Mustang GT from 2015. So another quickest lap of the race for the Fords. That is going to be a great achievement for them, and a big advantage for them overall over the course of the championship. But until next time, guys, drive safely, take care. We'll see you on the track.